Hello everyone and welcome to our story time today. I've brought along someone else to tell you his story. Are you ready? Because he's a little bit scary sometimes. Sit back everyone. Okay, you all ready? Here he is, our special guest storyteller, Mr. Wolf. Good morning, Mr. Wolf. How are you doing?
Well, to be honest, I've been better. I'll let you into a secret. I've got a really sore bottom!
A sore bottom? That doesn't sound very nice. I'm not sure at all about whether to ask you about how you got that.
Well, it's a long story. I'll tell you all about it. It was a really sunny day just last week. I decided to pop out as I was feeling rather peckish. And I had heard that there was some fresh company in the area. As I walked along, I met a chap pushing an empty cart and we got chatting. Turns out he'd sold all his straw to a small pig who wanted to build a new house. Now, I know a thing or two about building houses, and straw is not your ideal material, so I thought I'd pop along and see if that little pig needed a hand.
I see. And did he?
Well, he'd done most of the building by the time I got there, so I decided to knock on the door and see if he needed some company. Little pig, let me come in, I called, just to be friendly like, you understand.
No, by the hair on my chinny chin. I won't let you in. You should know better. I'm self-isolating, the little pig shouted back.
Which I thought was really quite rude. So I huffed and I puffed and I blew his house down. Turns out little pigs can run quite fast, and all I heard as he disappeared down the pathway was,
"Don't you know you should sneeze and cough into a hanky or your elbow?"
Well, by this time I was feeling really very hungry, so I followed him. But I came across a wood seller. He told me he'd just sold a ton of his sticks to another little pig. Aha, I think. Perhaps the straw piggy and the stick piggy are related. Maybe they're both together now and I could give them a hand to build their stick house. Well, by the time I get to the second little pig, his house was looking lovely and both little pigs could be seen peeking out of the window. I knocked on the door and shouted, in case they hadn't heard me, little pigs, let me come in." And back came the answer again.
No, by the hairs on our chinny chins, you cannot come in. We're self-isolating.
So I'm afraid that I huffed and I puffed and I blew their house down. Two little pigs can run even faster than one, and they disappeared down the path, and all I could hear was,
"Don't you know you should sneeze and cough into a hanky or your elbow?"
It was disappointing to see those yummy little pigs disappearing down the pathway, so I followed. only to meet a man who'd been selling bricks. He told me that little piggy number 3 had bought a whole load of bricks and had last been seen building a very cosy little cottage just a little further down in the wood. It would just be the right size for 3 little pigs and a wolf. So off I went. It was a very pretty little cottage, and there at the windows were those 3 little pigs, looking especially scrumptious. I shouted in my most friendly, wolfy voice to them, little pigs, let me come in." But again came the answer, "No, no, by the hair on our chinny chin chins, you cannot come in. We're self-isolating." So I huffed and I puffed, and I huffed and I puffed, and I huffed and I puffed, but that house just would not blow down. I sat down in the very pretty garden and had a good long think. Then I had a moment of inspiration. Of course, the chimney. Now, I know lots about chimneys. One of my best friends is a chimney sweep, and they lead right down to the fireplace in the middle of the house. Perfect. So I crept to the side of the house, and I carefully clambered up onto the roof. I sat on the edge of the chimney pot, and whoosh! Down I slid, high speed, straight down like a roller coaster ride, straight onto a very hot fire. Ouch! It turned out those little piggies really didn't want my company, and I ended up with a burnt bottom and no dinner.
Well, I think, Mr. Wolf, that you should have been listening to what they were saying about self-isolating a little bit more carefully. I really don't think they wanted your company. Probably best to stay away.
Yep. Never mind. I expect there'll be other things I can do instead.
Well, poor Mr. Wolf. He did get a burnt bottom, but I think it was all his own fault. Perhaps we'll hear some more about his adventures another time. Hope you enjoyed the story. Bye for now.